Let's be broadcasting. Yeah, yeah.
Yes, thank God.
Let me know when we start. I'm gonna drink of water.
Are you sure it's just water?
It's Propel water.
Oh, is it Nick's Berry? That's
Peach.
only the best kind. Oh, they have a peach one?
Okay, I will say this. Are we streaming live or are we still doing stuff?
We are streaming live right now. I mean, what am I supposed to say? We're live, pal. Isn't that what you want?
What is up, everybody? Welcome to Friday Night Fight Night with a fire tier matchup between... Well, who are they? Coconut Planet? Let's say Pizza Planet. I don't know. And Red Fox Mafia. I am House for Sale, soon to be Celine Dijon, with my casting partner in crime tonight. Who are you?
I'm just here so I don't get fined. And so
Oh my God.
Don't pull me to a ticket.
It's Big Sam Daddy here tonight. Swirling Crow, the man, the myth, the legend, the man behind the stream tonight will be doing what?
If he's a crow, does that make him a man or make him a bird?
The Birdman Crow will be will be doing. Oh my God, we're doing cams tonight, y'all. Oh, we going already. Oh my God, I gotta sit up for this.
Oh, wait a minute, Marshawn Lynch ain't ready for this.
Marshawn Lynch ain't ready for this. I can't even right now. And the first map tonight, since we had all the SR checks done on time this time, and everything,
Thank you.
we will see the disgusting map of Nepal come out. No one likes capture points.
Better than
I
2CP.
know, I don't.
Well,
Oh. More than likely, I'm gonna assume both teams. One of them's gonna try to run a Lucio. We could see a Symmetra. We could see a May. I'm expecting Ryan Zarya Brawl with a May.
I'm expecting a Bastion. Only because Rotarps is playing.
Yeah.
Forgive me if I'm not up to casting parts tonight. I am sick and half blind. So that. Oh my God, the volume is up. Nope. There we go.
So we're gonna have a brawl with a Sim. But one's a Reaper, one's using the Torb. Both teams using the Lucios. And this is gonna be a straight up, I think, TP straight to point, followed by a brawl, but we shall see.
Both teams
now put
rotating left
engaged.
side. DJ taking out the Reinhardt. DJ on tank tank. Oh my God, that is huge for Red Fox Mafia. And they're just gonna cap point like nothing. That's a team kill quick in the first 15 seconds of this match.
That was just so insanely fast.
That was quick. Oh my God.
It looks like we already have some switches. The GTS, the Symmetra switches to a Junk, and the Lucio switch to a Mercy. Mojo Gogo switch to a
Mojo
Pharah.
Jojo.
So
Yeah, Gojo
Mercy.
did switch to Pharah, so maybe a pharmacy coming out. You are correct.
Houdini's taking massive damage, trying to get double pocketed. There's an Immort coming out. Immort goes down. And it is just trying to figure out how they get to the point, but Houdini goes down.
Going down, there's the shatter.
And that shatter might be it. And DJ Flampet is maximum charge. The Far is just trying to get out. Far will escape, but
The Mercy being taken down by the Sim. And that will be another team fight won by Red Fox Mafia. We are at 57%.
They have no ults for the Planet team, and you're coming up against both support ults for Red Fox Mafia, along with the Graph.
Planet does have the Baptiste ult, though. Would you see the wall? Oh no! Down. That's huge. Justice raining from above.
ultis left and right. It's just nutty as I'll get out. We're at 90%, approaching less team fights. If one of the planet guys can touch, the Far Mercy elf thing can touch. With everybody in the tries to touch, gets taken out immediately.
Far goes in the
Mercy.
tribe, but they get taken down. Mercy holding up the Glocker tribe, but she gets taken down. Going for the Tomasty. There's the window and the grab. There's the shatter. Planet still trying to fight, but that's going to be it.
Yeah.
Round 1 of 3 goes to Red Fox Mafia.
Yeah, during that time, Rotarps was fully charged on a Zarya, so the extra damage coming in, they were able to the planet was able to grab, but they could not capitalize on the grab because it was a 6v5 at the time, I believe. So, and then when the other came in from backside, it was just fully charged.
I think anything to just try to grab them off the point and try to stall. Let's see if they could contest once again. Gojo going for the McCree now. McCree in my heart, baby.
Absolutely, brother.
You got also going for the McCree.
We have Junkrat versus Ash. So this is Spam versus Sniper versus a Dia versus a Hog. The Hog's with a little more sustainability / cocoon still. Let's see, the Hog is trying to come backside around, I believe. Yes, misses the hook. And Rotarp does get on the point.
Hooks.
He's just been nutty right now. Immort's coming out. But it's 3 picks for Planet.
Yes, that's big. 4. There's 4 picks.
That's gonna be Koneko Planet getting it, if I said it correctly.
Planet did get it.
Huge dynamite.
And they
right
did
there.
cap. That is big for Planet.
That's a huge gap right there. The Junkrat just spamming the little small hallways. Not what you need when everybody's grouped up.
Did you see Planet is though split. Mercy uses the res. There's the shatter we see. And here comes the tire catching 2.
That's gonna be a
Jondo
reset.
getting 3, Gojo getting 1. He got taken out, McCree. And the percentage is still ticking upwards for Planet.
Let's see, looks like they're gonna both engage right here.
Valk comes out from Planet.
Bunch of damage coming out. Down goes.
Window of
Black
opportunity comes out from the Baptiste. DJ taking out 2.
It's a Bob.
It's Bob and it's Gojo's spoon.
There's the res for.
And that's
the
going to be
Baptiste.
percentage stopping. Percentage stopping at 71%.
See, any
For Planet.
swaps. Looks like no swaps. They're going to stay the same. I think for you guys, this Death Box is going to be huge. That's what I think they're going to try to do. Try to do that immortality. Ooh, Shatter gets blocked.
Immortality kill does come out though. But gets taken down quickly by the McCree. Here comes a weird Diva bomb. It got nobody.
And it hits the slide thing up in the middle. Huge.
But ye God! Doing God's work and taking out all 6. Taking out all 6. 5 with the Blossom and the cleanup on the Reinhardt. That is huge. He sat and waited. That's what he did.
No swaps.
No swaps. The shatter, the dynamite, the window of opportunity.
And this is at 75%. You can be approaching last fight territory right here. You do have the Bob. The Bob can stall wall here. Ryan is coming back.
The Bob can stall, but they gotta get the point first in order to throw Bob on point. He stall. There's the shatter. That's big. The shatter's big. But here comes the Ryan getting taken out by the Reaper hiding in the corner. There's Bob. I think it's gonna be enough time.
And that's
They will
be
not touch, and that will be it. Map 1 going to Red Fox Mafia.
Even right there, if say the Bob did contest,
He probably would have ran off. Probably would have ran off point.
I was gonna say, even if Bob contested, or Bob could do whatever, Yeegot had a Death Blossom in his back pocket, so if
Ready
they could have
and
touched
waiting
point,
again.
so they could have touched point, he could have taken Death Blossom right behind him. But as you can see, the cards, the Baptiste with the healing, you got the Reaper with the E-limbs, DJ Frying Pan with the kill streak, and
Red Hood
with the
kitty.
defensive assist. Red Hood. He's ready for Gotham Knights next year, whenever it comes out. This year.
I think I am.
I'm ready to play as Red Hood.
Let's talk about this for a hot second. So, if you are playing it right now, what do you do?
Oh. Okay, my opinion, we're going to King's Row, yes?
I believe so.
Play goats.
Okay.
No, in all seriousness, I like goats meta. It's my favorite metas. But what you do? Both teams look really strong, really good. I don't know if it was just coaching or strategy or what, but both teams look good. I don't know if it's maybe get a Lucio instead of a Mercy and try to be more aggressive, like speed boost in, heal boost, maybe with a Baptiste from a high ground or a far, shooting at a trajectory angle while throwing the immortality at an angle. It could be that.
In my opinion, to be honest with you, I think it was really playing it just shell shock though. To be honest, to be fair, them coming from a different league, not seeing Red Fox Mafia, and we saw them cap .2 and get a 71% cap on it, but I think once they lost the point, they just couldn't regroup. You know what I mean? That maybe the main tank went down and started panic. The main healer went down and started panic. You see Red Fox Mafia working as a well-oiled machine. Just going map 1. Had that little hiccup in the second map, but taking map 1. Oh, round 2. Sorry, round 1, round 2. I don't know. In reality, for me, two CPs and capture points are not, and King of the Hills are not my favorite. To be honest, and there are some teams who can't do it. Will they excel at payload maps and escort maps? I know teams that are like that. Oh, do we see the dive comp here from KP?
Maybe. I'd say more likely you're going to see a draw with it's King's Row.
All right. that's a possibility.
How is the swirling doing?
Working on getting this lineup in. Looks like there's going to be slight swap from RFM, getting Fenrir in for Manila, taking over for tank duties. For Koneko Planet, they have a few swaps.
Just a few.
See our man swirling, putting a lot of work in. Hey, Vinyl, cough, cough. Pay raise the man, cough, cough.
Yes, give this man a trophy.
Oh, he can't do that. He already pays me so much.
Hey, the man.
Give this man the MVP award. I think they should have caster MVPs. My vote would be for Swirling Crow. The cow. Absolutely. This man, the myth, the legend, the crow man, crowbar. On the streets, they call him Big Daddy Crow.
Next up, we got a ready in chat. Wait,
Oh.
Fritz, really? In games of match chat, really? I don't know what to say about that.
In match chat. Welcome to the 11
League management
viewers
is reviewing something, so we will be having a pause in the match for a moment.
Oh, we are having a pre-K pause, everybody.
I was like, pause. I was like, wait, we're not playing a game. I'm like, are we pausing?
Do y'all ever watch that? Y'all ever watch that TikTok of the pre-K teacher? He's like pre-K pause, and he gives his story. I love it. I'm like pre-K pause. Oh.
Yeah, that was what threw me off, because I was like, wait, are we starting the match or are we playing? Pause, and I'm like, wait, what? I want to make sure. I didn't want to look up me in the middle of a team fight. Like, wait, what?
Sam, did you know one of Crow's hidden talents is singing? Like, this man does karaoke sometimes.
It's true. Every 5 or 10 years.
He comes out hiding.
He means every other weekend.
Every other weekend. He goes down to the club.
I will be back. I will be monitoring things, but I need to grab laundry. Be back.
Okay.
Hey, for the stream, are you doing ads or something?
Ads? I don't think we do ads. I don't know.
Well, it's just us here. We're the resident wrestling fans. We talk everything from AEW to WWE to New Japan to the Fire Tier games. We do it. Me and him do it all, fam.
We do it. We do it. Do. Yes. Like Clean Poo over here. Clean Poopy. Love that name, by the way.
Yep. I just want to see Bill play main tank.
Getting off a topic for one hot second.
Yes, sir.
The stunt W tried to pull to get Jeff Hardy back.
Was not impressed, and I agree with Jeff Hardy.
He's like, they're like, we'll give you the main attraction spot for the Hall of Fame this year, and he's like, F you, WWE, I'm out.
Yeah,
good for him.
Apparently, his drug screen came back negative, and it was like, oh yeah, I'm clean. And then he said he didn't want by himself; he wanted it with his brother Matt, and they wouldn't do that. And I agree that put both of them in the Hall of Fame. But exactly. We shall see.
I guess maybe that's why Matt left Private Party out there to defend themselves against. I almost said Shane Taylor. Keith Lee.
Limitless.
Oh my God, could you imagine? Could you imagine Shane Taylor Shane Taylor Productions in AEW?
Mm.
I went to a wrestling show in Pittsburgh, November, and it was the main event versus Shane Taylor Productions for the 6-man tag titles. And I was so proud of Shane because I've known Shane since he was in the independent circuit, wrestling in Erie, PA, and doing all the independent matches. And to see that man grow into what he's become today is just fantastic. Bravo to that man. Just like we see some of these players grow in their Overwatch skills. Bravo to them as well. Tell you what, we need you and I need like a show to do. Oh, let's see what's happening. Chat, for those that are watching, how was everybody's day today? Funny's like, ew, it's sigh.
Mm. Like I said, right now, Swirling and the others are doing big brain things, so I
Well,
was watching, that's what's going on.
Squirrel's just watching his laundry.
Nah, still big brain.
Very big brain.
You know, I took my phone with me, so. Also,
Wait a
my
minute.
laundry's not dry yet. Takes forever.
Oh no! Like, do you like it being
Oh.
toasty?
I just like
What
it
do you
being
think?
dry.
That man speaking facts. Man, speaking. While we have this moment, we do want to say, join the server if you already haven't. Check out our Twitter. Check out our website. I think we have a Facebook group. Sparling, do we have an Instagram? And what else am I forgetting?
Instagram. We don't have a Snapchat.
We got several things come up. Like we got some Mario Kart action maybe coming up. We got some
Oh,
Halo
speaking of Mario
action.
Kart. Speaking of Mario Kart, did y'all see the DLC is going to drop for Mario Kart 8? It's like we're getting Mario Kart 9, but just in
48
8.
tracks.
48 new
tracks.
tracks. Well, old tracks, but new to the game for $25, $24.99 plus tax.
Sparling, help your boys out. It's hot out here on a caster.
Pro is watching his laundry dry as we speak, staring into the depths of the dryer.
Hey, I'm not. No. I'm leaving it there to dry on its own.
Oh.
I do want to note that when these rules inquiries come up, the matches only get paused for a maximum of 15 minutes. If it can't be resolved within that time, unfortunately, the match gets rescheduled. But hopefully it's something that can be fixed relatively quickly. We do have about 9 minutes left.
Okay.
So it lightens everyone's day. I saw this thing they have in Japan. You know how crazy Japan is. So they have these big automatic faces on the walls of the bathroom. And when you sit down on the toilet, the face activates and starts moving its eyes and mouth and starts singing a drunken song to you while you go to the bathroom. And if that wasn't creepy enough, the face begins to move closer towards you and only stops when it kisses your knees.
Japan, nutty.
How creepy would that be? You go into a toilet one day, you sit down, and you see this big ass automatic robotic face just staring at you while you're doing your business.
So while we're still doing that, I'm gonna go ahead and ask an off-topic question, since we're mainly PlayStation people. Who's ready for Horizon Forbidden West?
I'm ready. I might not get it. I might. Yeah, I got like 3 main games I play, and that is Overwatch, Smite, well 2, well 3, Dead by Daylight, and okay 4, the Jackbox series. 100%, well not 100% Kingdom Hearts, but I finished Kingdom Hearts 3. Love Kingdom Hearts 3.
I'm gonna get hated for saying this, and I'm gonna get shit on, but never played a Kingdom Hearts game.
Shut up. Oh my god. We need to have a conversation. We still have the pre-K pause going on. Still swaps are being made. We see Manila for Vi.
It looks like some things have been decided on. We should hear from league management soon in the Discord match chat.
And when we do, we will announce this to you, because we are all up in arms and all giddy to see what's going to happen. I have so many things now. S7 match chat. I better go there. Alright, y'all, and here it is. It is being said that Red Fox Mafia forfeits map 1 to KP for knowingly playing a player with an unreported alt account. The match score is now 1-0 KP. So due to a unreported alt account by Red Fox Mafia, Mafia has to forfeit their match win on map 1, and the score is now 1-0 KP. And folks, that is huge. So if you're Red Fox Mafia now, and you've just been slapped with this forfeit, the match is good and it's good to resume. If you've been slapped with this forfeit of map 1, oh excuse me, how does that affect you mentally going to map 2?
Well, to me, they play good, so we'll see what happens right here. But is Rotarps gonna be on tank or is he gonna be on DPS? Get you some water, fam.
Oh my god, I'm so sorry.
It's okay. You're sick.
I had a banana and it's not agreeing with me. Give me really bad heartburn.
I understand.
They're
just test them somehow.
Yeah, we're just looking for map average from RFM, and then they're ready.
And Rotarps gives the map average.
Mm-hmm.
We have one ready so far. We'd like to take this time to say thank you to the league management for, intervening in a game and handling business. That's one thing about this league. They are not lazy. They actually do stuff to take care of business. So, that's off to them. Great job. Mainly to Swirly, because he's our boss.
Yeah, you gotta thank the one that's like directly above you, quote unquote. Which means I gotta thank, I don't know, who's directly above me? Vinyl, I guess, and the other BTEs.
Vinyl's goated. I need to play Vinyl. Vinyl's watches. We need to play some Halo one night. I need to just literally make time and play Halo with him one night. That is also a thing. We do have a Halo League going on right now for the Xbox people in chat.
Ew,
Xbox. PlayStation. Bro, I have a Series X. I can't discriminate. We have a Houdini. Says he's ready. Let me relook at it.
Now entering King's Row.
Yes, Houdini said he's ready.
Doesn't matter, we're going to King's Row now anyway.
We are ready. We have ready. We have a 1-0 for Koneko Planet from the previous ruling. Koneko Planet. From the previous ruling. Whirling is watching his laundry, make sure his laundry is dry.
Yes. And make sure those undies are crisp.
Oh my gosh.
I can't. Good night, y'all.
For the record, there's no undies in there right now.
Wait, he's just doing his darks.
Wait,
he's not doing his whites.
To the stream.
Nothing. It's just you, Crow. It's just you. It's Crow and Sam. If I leave this,
I thought about if Crow leaves when he said that. He leaves. The stream.
He leaves. No one's streaming anymore.
Yep.
Yes, and please wish our man Swirling Crow a happy birthday today. He turns 25.
Untrue rumors.
Wait a minute. We're getting the Attack Widow. Let's go.
Attack Widow? From Yeet God? Yeet? Let's see, he's going to yeet some heads. Oh, there's the pharmacy right off the bat from Kokino Planet. Kakano, I don't know, I'm gonna say KP from Planet. From Planet Funk.
And Yeet is switching to the Cassidy.
McCree, we see again. A nice battle along the point.
Nice flashbang across the map. Down goes Houdini.
DJ taking out Houdini.
Gojo takes out the brig. And looks like it is just... Ooh, there's a huge figure from Heat Gun getting rid of Mantis for the Battle of Cassidy's. It looks like this will be Red Fox Mafia tapping it.
Taking it yes. With 5 minutes and 30 seconds left to push this payload to point 2.
Right, for the planet, Gojo's got to be popping off on the far. They got to get some near. Well, I say that, there's 2 huge picks on the tank line.
Yep. And there goes another pick.
And it looks like they need to be falling back. They are going to fall back. There's the Rhine still making. Looks like no hero swaps, but interested to see where this Nano goes. I could see Nano Shattered in Nano Rhine, or I can see Nano Cowboy.
Well, there it is, the Nano Shatter, but Justice raining from above. Gojo getting 2.
Eat God gets 1. There's a res on Cassidy.
Clean Dookie gets the res.
And Black Mantis gets the revenge. Grab comes out.
There's a grab, but no one to follow through with it.
There's a tire coming. Oh, huge.
Oh, but the tire being taken out.
Rally starting to be used right now.
Rally to me.
Grabs coming out.
The high noon from behind.
Gets slapped. And there's a huge pickup on the bridge. Cannot quite get the Cassidy.
I'm pretty impressed with playing it right now. They're rotating their ults. They're doing what needs to be done. We do see the Ryan and the Mercy have their ult now. Gojo will have their ult here, maybe about 15-20 seconds.
And,
it's a big improvement from map 1. Here comes the high noon from Yeet God, but slowly walking, getting nothing.
This is gonna be interesting with an attack tour. Oh shoot! Get the Mercy. That's about to get it. Houdini goes down.
There's the shatter, but no one to.
Gojo's popping the ult.
Justice raining from above, but gets taken out.
Did get the Cassidy though, so it's been back and forth right now. I know the defense is down to 1 DPS.
Yes, 1 DPS is correct, my friend.
It was gonna be both DPS, but the Cassidy got rezzed. So they're probably gonna engage with Window in this fight. And then maybe
DJ does have ult. Here comes High Noon from behind.
Wow.
But Geek God stops that immediately.
Immortality gets used. Everybody
Gets taken out right quick. The shatter is blocked again from Houdini.
They do the grab they needed.
There's the grab that's needed. That is big. Let me tell you what. Houdini has blocked. Houdini has blocked, I think, 4 grabs. Not grabs, but 4 shatters.
Houdini's gonna have shatter, so if Houdini can shatter and possibly get up to another DPS ult, preferably the far one.
It will be the far one online.
We shall see. But this Toward Molten Core could also be really impactful too, than trying to get this point. Looks like it's still looking spread out.
But 1 minute remains. It's High Noon and Geek takes out the pharmacy, and that is big. That is huge.
The shatter, I can't tell if the shatter got anybody or not. Don't think
Oh no! Down goes the Rhine with a untimely charge. Now RFM must push up.
The RFM looks like they're gonna cap this. I think they are. Have a huge pickup right there on the bat.
And they did catch the point with 144 left.
Beanie goes down. Looks a chance for Fenrir to get some full charge on the tank. And get a shatter built up. And now it's slowly surely getting pushed.
Fenrir does have the ult back. Corp does have their molten core. We're going to see maybe a core window.
I think Mercy got blocked from getting their reds off. More of him. Ooh, the grab gets nobody.
Oh, Justice getting the healers though.
There's the molten core on point. Nothing they can do. Bolt's coming out. Good old usage. Good just switches to the Doomfist. Doomfist is not going to touch. And they cap it with 30 seconds on the clock.
It's 50.
50
seconds left.
50 seconds.
No, you're good. You're good. You're good.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
What's the thing about that game?
Very well played by Planet. I was thoroughly surprised with how they bounced back from the first map. They held the ground against Red Fox. Again, only 50 seconds left on the clock.
Ready for battle.
I think the Torb was a good pick.
Mainly the turret to deal with the far was big brain play.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, speaking of DPS and you know, you have the turret and all that. You gotta give credit. Swirling Crow's soldier probably outdo a turbulent turret any day of the
Take
week.
my advice. You ought to stay down.
Maybe.
I mean, maybe 4 out of 7 in the week.
Nah. 6 out of 7. I give you 5 stars. Highly recommend.
Here we go. Alright, here we go. Both teams gonna be fighting at this choke right here. D.Va gets debuffed right off the bat, so Lothar out of the bat.
That is big. That is huge. And
Danny's
they're saying,
supposed to
get
go
out
down.
of here, turret. Ryan trying to move around back, but this is going to be quick though. We do see Yeet God switch off to go to a Genji now. And 5 minutes and 49 seconds. They have 20 more seconds than RFM did. Hanzo Baptiste moving cart.
No other swaps?
Gojo
Gojo.
taking out Yeet God.
Huge
Shatter.
There's so many for RFM. They may just want to do a full-on reset.
Oh, they're gonna have to. Yeet God is just, I mean, not Yeet God, but Planet is just pushing forward with no stop. Now they're back amp a little bit, but
And they got the Baptiste on payload by himself, healing everybody as RFM hard resets. And now Yeet guy switches to a Junkrat from the Genji.
that is the
Oh,
third
but you have the-
switch.
They have grabbed dragons for this fight if they need it.
Well, here comes a window of opportunity coming out.
Two hits.
There's the grab, but nothing to follow up with the grab.
So it looks like this is gonna be a hold from right back to Mafia. This should have, ooh, the battle mercy. Shades of that cat.
It will be a clean hold. Now we see Planet regrouping.
I think. I didn't know if they would switch or not, but looks like they're gonna stay on the Zarya. We just held that grab for this engagement. You have 4 ults, 3 DPS, and 2 support versus 2
Here
tanks
comes
and
the
a
bomb. The bomb getting 2, both supports.
Yeah, it's gonna be the push right here.
That's
Yeah,
gonna
just
be a
gonna back
regroup.
up.
It's gonna regroup. Hanzo trying to get some poke damage from Planet.
What I think they're gonna try to do is try to go kind of a brawl right here, and may have the McCree flank one in and do it all, or maybe try to have the Hanzo.
There's the dragon. Dragon separates. But another blocked earth shattered.
Multi-core right behind him.
That's huge for that core. Oh my goodness. They use core, they use tire.
It's like Red Fox has got a hold right here. Maybe we'll go against a Shatter, a Deadeye, and a Window. So they could use the window as a zoning technique to try to push this a little bit further. It's window versus window actually, so it'd be kind of interesting to see which window gets used first.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, let's see.
Here's
the first window.
There's the window. There's the shatter, but that was blocked. Immortality comes out.
Immortality's saving the line. Saving Houdini. Mercy, Valkyrie, Mercy,
Oh, a big shatter. And I don't think that was a smart window to place there. Yeah, you got pushed up a little bit, but
anyway. See, both teams still gonna screw each other up. And you know, you're approaching them, what, a minute 30 left on this, so
maybe two more team fights if you're playing it.
Need to get a huge fire strike right there. Oh, looks like they switched to it. Gojo's on the. What they're trying to do. Looks like try to get a Gojo switch from Hanzo to Pharah. Looks like they shot a barrage. But again, the Torp turret's not there to counter it. You can see Deadeye come out. Try to build up to a grab. And
that is
easily.
big.
60 seconds remaining.
Rotarps to try to Diva Bomb. Bomb gets nobody. Ooh. That was Rotarp standard. They won't try to do anything with it.
Justice raining from above.
That's 2 picks, and the Diva's coming back with spawn.
But with no ult though.
30 seconds remaining.
There's a fire in the hole.
And
Planet has to push up. He got getting the rhyme. That's big.
They got to bubble the Mercy. Bubble the Mercy. And you're going to get the res off. Let's get res off. This could be Planet doing this.
Planet's got to commit. Planet has to commit, even though they're in the molten core, and they did. "10 seconds slower."
And Clean Poopy goes from like 0 to 10 ult charge to 76 ult charge after all the healing in the molten core. So we'll have Mercy out for this fight. Those have grab. Let's see what's going to happen.
There's a window.
Mafia?
60 seconds does come out. 60 seconds is left in this game. Oh, Black switched to the Ash.
There's Pink will be popping the ult. Down goes the Immortality. Down goes both support. Still have the grab.
They gotta keep pushing it. You only got 30 seconds left. That is big.
Do they try to res anything?
I don't know
Nope.
if I don't know if the suicidal rhyme was the play to go. I don't.
Score 3-3.
It's a minute to a minute 28 seconds, so they will attack first. What do you think is going to happen? Straight up brawl again? Do you think they may try to
Oh, who's attacking first? Oh, Planet is. I think Planet's attacking first. Yeah. I would say go what brought you to the dance. Get your Hanzo.
Ready for battle.
Hanzo, Mercy, Zarya. You see the soldier come out.
The legs?
My legs.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
out and face me!
So this should be interesting. The Ryan Zarya deep. I could see the Hanzo playing at an angle and trying to try to get a pick off. I see Soldier flanking around too. It's gonna be interesting.
No one up top.
Houdini gets hit with the dynamite. Ash already up to what, 12 ult charge?
Yeah. You can just see Rotang above top though.
Ooh, 2 picks. You may have to wait, but if they wait, I don't know what's gonna happen. It's like you're playing really good defense, playing a brawly style defense with a diva. Looks like this might be it.
Although someone can touch in like 10 seconds.
10 seconds remaining.
I don't think Gojo can touch. Widow.
There's the ball, bro.
Tracy. And all of a sudden, whoa. Black Mantis get taking a bunch of damage. Black Mantis taking out.
Another block shatter, but an anti though.
Looks like this will be Red Fox Mafia winning this.
Nano boosted Ash.
Valkyrie going to hit everybody. This should be everything.
You still have the Tracer. You still have the Tracer though. Tracer's stalling for time. Soldier dying on point.
Ooh.
That's no!
I feel that.
Okay. Oh, that hurts my soul. Oh no. If you had like 5 seconds left. That's such a heartbreaker.
Ready for battle.
I knew it. We gonna see attack helicopter. We have the sim teleport the Bastion up on top of the statue's head.
30 seconds.
Oh, planet doesn't know what they're in for. Reinhardt, you might want to turn around, my friend, and look above.
Let's see where is the Bastion going to be?
Up on top. There it is.
There's the Bastion. All there is one tick. Should be 1-to-1. There you see the Bastion. Bastion close to going down. Bastion goes down to Gojo.
But the res comes out.
Ooh.
Oh, down goes the Bastion, and you see a switch from Symmetra to Pharah.
That was so close. That Ryan is so go down. Puts the Junkrat. That's 2 picks for the offense. There's a switch to Soldier. Almost enough. Window comes out. Down goes Lucio. Down goes Ryan. Again, all it is 1 pick. It's a huge pick. There's a shatter coming out.
And that is it.
Victory. Play of the game.
My throne with the play of the game is Zalia. There you see your cards. Red Hood Kitty with the heals, Houdini with the block, Mind Throne with the E-limbs, and Jojo with the damage.
Yepers.
And we are off to Havana next.
Havana, na.
As the payload map.
Sure is.
And while we have this time, we do want to say there is a game tomorrow, yes?
Oh, Lord, yes. I don't know who it is, though, but there's a game tomorrow.
Big Brain, what we got?
Looking
By
for
Big
lineups.
Brain, I mean Crow.
Oh.
Hey, crows don't have big brains.
They got big hearts.
Soldier players have big brain.
They better, otherwise they're just gonna flank themselves in a really bad position.
You know what I mean. What is more? Finding Nino versus Peerless Kings. And that'll be Dippy, Shady Boy, and Purple Nick tomorrow night.
So that's a change, including the day that it happens. Actually, I think it's too late for them to make a reschedule, but, you know, stuff happens with casting all the time, but it's okay. Hopefully we get that lineup for casting, because it should be good.
And don't forget, next Friday, a week from today, is our 6v6 pickup game, Diva Egg.
Yeah, Diva Egg will be after our regular 6v6 stuff, just so you can play some good old Overwatch team-oriented game with people who hopefully actually want to work together and not just randoms flipping around trying to do, like, I don't know, 630 centons for no reason.
So we're waiting for Big Brain Crow to get his
Big Brain Crow with a big heart. Get that man MVP all night, y'all.
He almost got it at DPS, but it went to Vengeance Tuesday night, but Bro put up a good game for his team.
I don't know how you picked MVPs for that one, but that match was crazy.
That match was nutty, fam. 2.5 hours long.
Looks like we got a lineup in for Red Fox Mafia. We got DJ on DPS, so, and it's Havana. We're on defense. I don't know if he's going to play the Bastion on defense, but he's almost certainly going to play it on attack.
Yep, you know DJ Frying Pan. He will play the Bastion.
Yeah, not that there's anything wrong with that. I know there will be people who say that there is something wrong with that, but I mean, it's a team game, especially in the league. You know, you got to learn how to play against the Bastion as a team. Oh, it appears we've lost one of our casters. His house lost its power, I suppose. Hopefully he'll be back soon. Well, sometimes the house loses power, but you know, the house always comes back into power.
Alright, so until he comes back, you give me and you get the Crow.
Yep. I will talk a little bit. until House gets back, and then I'll go back to looking at my screen for behind-the-scenes stuff. We have a lineup in for Koneko, Planet, Houdini, Mantis, Gojo, Goat, Dree, and Throne.
Oh man. How was your day, Crow?
Exhausting. I was just tired. Sometimes that happens.
You sound like me.
Yeah, but I mean, I understand why you're tired. I'm just mismanaging my meals. Your excuse would be you're writing those papers, you know? What format are you using?
APA format.
APA.
Grad school, you gotta do APA format, not just regular format.
APA. I think I'm used to using that one. I don't even remember which one I use anymore. I think I've used 3 different formats by now. I'm not even in graduate school.
Don't do it. Mistake.
Yeah. I mean, I don't have the time for that. I've got lots of other things to do.
Like, I'll say fun fact based on school for those watching the stream. You know, we're in on map 3 due to league issues. Looking at something. Fun fact on Silver Wings, me and one of my coaches, we are both in grad school. She is nurse practitioner. I am sports management. We have big brains on that team.
Big brains are good.
That's why Crow has the biggest brain. Power went out for house for sale. We shall see what has happened. In wrestling terms, he may have to make the hot tag to Crow. We shall see.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to happen. We're going to have to start this map.
You need to try to get somebody else in here while you handle the cams, or you think you got it?
Let's see. I mean, I think there's a little lamb in the chat that might be able to come in. He did offer earlier. Oh, just some guy named Fritz. I mean, he's a guy. He's around sometimes. Not a bad guy, but you know, he's just a guy.
You and Fritz are on the same team.
Don't go spreading rumors like that. Same team.
Aren't you on the same team?
No, you're right. I'm just being silly. But yeah, it's been about 5 minutes already, so we're just gonna be getting into it.
Traveling to Havana.
Hopefully, House will be able to find his way back into the stream, but until then... Oh! Silas was like, put me in catch. Alright, well, I mean, Evan, if you want to come in, be my guest. It's one of your favorite maps, too. You can, help cast this match where our team is probably notorious on by now for what we do here. And we might see more of that today. Attack Bastion, spawn holds.
Ready for battle.
No Bastions yet. DJ Frying Pan's gonna be on the jump pad.
Rotarps is gonna do it.
Yeah, I am expecting it.
Attackers incoming.
Oh, you think we gonna see the spawn camp, you think?
Let's see, with what Red Fox is running right now, I don't see it. They're not gonna spawn camp with this.
Complete opposite of the model tier. Every time this match played, it's a spawn camp.
Well, I mean, there's at least one team that does it. We'll have to see if Koneko Planet is up for the spawn camp, but, you know, with Red Fox likely running the Bastion, I don't know if spawn camping would be the best thing necessarily. We'll have to see as the attacking team's coming out already.
Let's see, it's gonna be Ryan, Diva, Hanzo, Cassidy, on a Mercy.
Oh, DJ already going down. That's a lot of their damage gone.
Then Mercy is going to be pocketing probably one of the two DPSs while Ana feeling the two tanks in the other one. Carts is steadily getting pushed. Maid's coming out pretty good. Heat guy gets taken out. So both DPS first two casualties for RFM. And now it is just steadily, slowly, but surely getting pushed little by little, meter by meter, kilometer by kilometer, whatever you use. We have a Genji now by Yeet God, 3 switches from soldiers. Brian works up the press, down goes the center, the main tank, down goes Yeet God. And looks like we'll cap it with 5 minutes and 20 seconds on the clock. Okay. Needs oxygen. Right.
As we've got Fritzy Boy Evan coming in hot.
Something like that.
There's the Ryan pin from Narnia. Gets Fender, 2 pickoffs again, 3 pickoffs for Koneko. Is it Koneko Planet?
Yeah.
Yes, it is Koneko Planet.
From Koneko Planet. And they're gonna push this some more. And road traps, post road traps does go down. It is a 6-2 shoe while the other 3 are coming back from spawn. They have the numbers
Koneko
of
Planet doing a really good job holding the door.
And their Ana is just steadily in the cart, pushing payload. Mercy solo healing.
That is the beauty of running a comp like with the Mercy Ana comp. You can have one support on build and the other one's still able to easily heal up the rest of the team.
And Junkrat normally is just be getting a lot of value right here.
Oh, big Shatter coming out. They might get the Mercy. Nope. It looks like Red Fox Mafia's gotten a good recontest here now. As Reiner's probably gonna get stagger killed here. Again gets picks road tarps, but Houdini going down. And Blade coming out, not really sure about that decision. But it was a decision, nonetheless.
Unless Yeet Guy wants to go switch real quick. No.
It'd be difficult for them to switch though, when, especially considering coming in here, we see Nano and Shatter here ready on the side of Koneko Planet. Probably gonna just try and take away this high ground on the side of Red Fox Mafia. And potentially try and run them over. However, with only having an Ana Mercy, they won't got a speed boost. Road Tarp's getting picked early here. That could be the pick that they need to go in. Rez comes out. However, Fenrir is contesting them. Anti-Day coming out. Houdini's dangerously low. Eventually getting killed by Fenrir. Red Fox Mafia occupying the high ground. Gets a pin on the Mantis. Diva then flying back to their team. Slightly out of position is the Reinhardt. Shatter coming out, but not before Rez comes out. Dree going down though afterwards. Tyre coming out. Killed by the Hanzo. Rotarp's dying afterwards, and that might be enough here for them to try and push forward. Shatter coming out, it's blocked. Dragon's coming out, that's going to kill the Genji. They're continuing to push onto high ground. Just as supports and Zarya alive here on the side of Red Fox Mafia. Not going to last too long as Ace going down there. Zarya having no purse, and Mercy just had to Valk away.
Huge pickup on the BB Diva right there.
Big stagger coming out though. It's going to be rough here. Just a DPS to passively touch, but they're just going to try and get out.
On DJ's tire, he retired right in front of everybody else. I figured he would try to get in cover or go behind cover or something, and then tried to retire instead of retiring right there in front of everybody.
So that's what us on DB used to call a Tienda tire, except for Tienda would usually go behind the team, not in front of it, but same principle stands to retire in literally the middle of their team and just hope to get something.
I'm a Tienda. Good person.
As we see Koneko making good progress, pushing up here, pushing to the corner, bomb coming out, this could be a big bomb. Does find the Lucio, as now Koneko, that could be what they need to push in here. Without that speed, they're kind of stuck. Zarya going into the middle, grabbing Houdini going down, but Ace going down on the other side. Fenrir is able to clean up that Graviton surge, and that grab was able to turn the fight as Manila just kind of walked into the middle of Koneko, and you press triangle for seemingly because they wanted to.
Kind of surprised they didn't try to blade right there, but they're probably going to say Nano Blade for this engagement.
And Nano Blade definitely where that Genji's position. He's waiting for them to dash in. There's gonna go. Targets the Ana first. That's a necessary first pick. As Zarya going down shortly afterwards. And that's gonna just be a team wipe here as Kree getting knocked off the map by Junkrat and Mercy just resetting herself as well. And Nano Blade, one of those ultimate combos, it can team wipe, but it can also backfire. That time it was the team wipe.
For this engagement, both teams are going to have Shatter, so to see who's the better Shatter slash who can get more value out of the Shatter versus... There's Deadeye coming up.
That looks like it's just going to be zoning Red Fox Mafia for the most part without that speed. As we see Rotarp still going down in the process. Shatter coming out and it finds the Reinhardt and the Ana. Dragon's coming out to try and separate the teams though. Yegot going down to the McCree. Fenrir finding Houdini in the back line. He's opposite of his entire team. That's not going to work out as he falls shortly afterwards. Houdini is able to get res then. Flashback coming out. Manila though managing to stay alive thanks to Lucio. Eventually falling. This tire could be big. Gets fire struck by Houdini. Massive fire strike coming out there. As Mantis now getting picked as they slightly overstayed their welcome. Red Fox now looking to recontest. Fenrir coming on the low ground. As we see the McCree on the high ground. Probably just gonna try and build up some ult charge here. And Koneko is forced to back off.
You know, honestly, has DJ Frankman got anybody with a tire? May want to consider switching to the Bastion. There's 2 tires that's got notified by a Hanzo and a Ryan. Oh,
Big Shatter coming out. Beat comes out, tries to salvage it, but it might already be too late. As Dreed did go down, Grab coming out. That will clean up the fight more than likely. As Lucio gets killed, that's both supports down now. And the rest of the team quickly cleaned up. Fenrir does have a Shatter when he gets out. Might get died at high noon though. Oh, gets killed out of his Shatter. Out comes the Dragon. Yegot going down as well. Now it's the sports on point. Houdini getting nanoed. Monkey on point now with the rest of the team. However, Houdini just knocking around everyone on the point. And eventually just getting cleaned up here. And that leads to a full cap for Koneko.
That was a really good attack by them. Really good. Patient attack. Right here, I'm guessing Rotarp's Bastion. You would think Pirate Ship. Swirling's the top 500 IQ guy, so he normally comes up with all these strategies. So that's where I'm getting my stats from.
That's who you think is the genius, but I know who the real genius is.
Bro, I learned everything from you. Don't let yourself fool yourself. More than likely it is. We are going to see a Bastion bunker come out here, as that is actually a staple of, especially first point Havana. Typically in lower elos, and actually I would say lower elos even extending up into Masters is a common thing, even lower GM. As it's just such long sightlines, unless if you have a killer hit scan that can just knock and kill everyone on either Widow or Hanzo, which I was expecting someone on Koneko to potentially go Hanzo, particularly Gojo, but instead they're opting for a Reaper. They're going to be spawn holding here on Koneko with that lineup.
Yeah.
And DJ Frying Pan coming out of the Junkrat. Pro tip, if you're getting spawn held on Havana, literally just go Bastion. Like, trust me, if you go Bastion, you'll be able to kill everyone on the point. You just stay alive, have a support pocket you, and you'll be fine. As we see Red Fox Mafia having a little bit of indecision here. As half goes out the right door, half going out the left door. It's also splitting up Koneko Planet slightly. Not a lot happening here as of yet. Lamp coming out early by Red Hood Kitty, but gets killed quickly by Goat. Red Fox not really able to make any space on the side of the tanks here as Koneko just occupying the point. Oh, Sleep Dart coming out. That could be big. However, nothing. They still yet to have any picks though. Reaper forced the Wraith back into their team. McCree looking for a pick on the edge, but DJ Frying Pan going down. So both Junkrats are down for this fight now. As we see both lamps getting used. Houdini and Mithril going down. Zarya's antied on point. She probably won't last that long. Window is used by the BAP on their own. Black Mantis going down. Dree going down. And with that, finally after a minute, Red Fox Mafia manages to get space off of the spawn hold.
And no, well, they do have a swap. They have a Baptiste and an Ana now. So, gonna be interesting to see what they try to do here. Because I really think DJ should switch because the Junkrat really hasn't been working out too well. Mainly on his tires.
I can see, so Junkrat works really well on second point here, so DJ might just be playing the long game here, trying to build up a tire, hoping to get something. Geek Guy going down to Gojo though on the side. That's gonna give some opportunity here for Koneko to get an early recontest now. As you see them pushing in, Goat going down to DJ, Flux coming out though. Reinhardt going down to low health, Lamp coming out, Reinhardt getting nanoed, Shatter coming out, gets blocked though. Out comes a tire as well as the beat, everyone using ults. Shatter gets blocked though, as now it's just Fenrir trying to push up with the help of the team. But DJ Frying Pan going down to the Reaper, potentially looking for a Blossom in the back line. However, gets slept and gunned down by Yeet God. As now they're just continuing to push on the side of Koneko. Building up a lot of ults on the side of Red Fox though, as we see the Goat in the middle of the team. Going down to critical health. Lucio getting anti-nated. Eventually killed by the rest of Red Fox Mafia. Houdini looking for a recontest here, eventually getting killed. Out comes a Blossom. Lamps by both teams. Both supports going down. That should be it here, as more than likely Koneko Planet is going to be forced to back off unless if they C9. They did not though, as luckily the Zarya was able to get back onto the point. Red Fox though looking to stagger on here, I guess. As two going down though, Slack could be enough. However, no supports. Yep. As I say, no supports. Fenrir getting killed by that Ana from the back 40. Houdini and Dree eventually going down to Rotarps as Red Fox cap first point.
And Yeet God switches to a Pharah. And Dree switches to Mercy. I think that's it for the swaps. That's it for the swaps, yeah. But you are coming up on a third Sigma ult from Manila. Very, getting a lot of usage, getting a lot of good value out of it. You're about to have the grab. I guess you're gonna try to do a grab tire on the side of Koneko Planet.
Out comes the Flux, finds the Zarya. Zarya has to use her personal, as well as Lamp coming out. That might be a little bit of overkill. Go uses the tire, kills Fenrir after they kill Gojo. However, Reinhardt trying to push up the stairs onto the Pharah and Junkrat. Not making too much space though. As we see Manila just continuing to pushing the cart now on Sigma. Yeet God and Mantis swap or trade. As Red Fox now looking to kind of stagger in the group up here, take this 5v5 early on. So they think without the Pharah they have the advantage. However, Window coming out here early, that could be dangerous as Fenrir going down to lower health but getting healed up by their support line.
Gojo getting pocketed by the Mercy and healing himself. Putting in massive damage at the high ground. Pushing it back up a little bit.
You see Yeet God going after the back line now. Shatter coming out, finding nothing. Big block window also being used here. Gojo going down here eventually to Yeet God. As we see Yeet God going out to Goat. Shatter coming out, 3 down by that Shatter. Rotarps using their tire. Lamp coming out, trying to save it. Eventually gets a kill onto the Immort field. The rest of the team is going to be at low health though because of that. Now it's just the Reinhardt's fighting in the corner. Ace going down. Eventually someone's going to touch point to cap. Gojo in the high ground. And Zarya now touching the point. It's just clean up here for Red Fox Mafia at this stage of the game.
So they're going to cap it with 3 minutes on the clock even. So looks, and Manila does have the ult again for Sigma, getting a lot of value out of the Sigma. Looks like that's it. I don't see any hero swaps. No Black Mantis just switched from Zarya to Diva. So now the Diva try to eat some of these accretion rocks and other stuff, fire strikes. Let's see how they're doing the Diva, so they get a good Diva bomb or something to turn the tide.
And Koneko thought about going after Yeet God on the side, however, Yeet God eventually just able to escape out. Oh, that could be a big flux potentially. Doll coming out as well as the Lamp to try and keep everyone alive here, and it looks like it will succeed for the time being. As we see Mantis going to the backline, Yeet God going down. All of Ana's cooldowns going into Mantis. Out comes a Tire as well as a Shatter. Tire gets the Lamp as well as the Ana. Manila also going down. Koneko should be pushing in here, and indeed they are. As we see Fenrir low health eventually going down to Houdini. Now it's just the Bap on the side, getting gunned down by the Baby Diva, and help from the Baptiste. However, Rotarp's getting a late stagger onto Mantis.
And again, looks like no swaps, no hero swaps. That did kill 1:10 off the clock, so good hold for Koneko Planet. So the winner of this will go up 2-1, I believe. Oh, we have Koneko, correct me. Here comes the tire coming out. Tire gets main tank.
Gets Houdini, that's the main tank out of the picture already. That could be big coming in here. Because there's no shield to hide behind, so therefore that window could set them up for success here. Out comes the window by Mithrone. Visor coming out behind that window as well. Ace going down to that. That's an unfortunate pick here early on, as that's a decent amount of healing gone. Goat going down to DJ Frying Pan though, as he concussion mined himself off of the map as well. Goat getting res. This will be a 6v4 here if Red Fox keep trying to push it. It looks like they indeed are. Yeetgod Shadow stepping up but deciding to go back down as Red Hood and Yeetgod now get killed. And now the tanks are backing off for Red Fox Mafia. 43 seconds in the time bank.
So there's a tire for Koneko Planet. The tire has got to be huge. It's actually going to be a huge zoning tool if they want to zone all. Versus you're going to go up against probably a Nano Rhine, a Bait, and Blade, and a Mortality. Or Windows coming out.
Out comes a Shatter. Blossom. Blossom finds one. Out comes the bomb. Bomb finds the Ana. Looks like it's going in Koneko's favor at this point. Charge coming out onto Mantis. Mantis getting demeched here, but DJ Frying Pan going down. So does Goat though. Shatter coming out, eventually killing the Baptiste. Now it's just the Mercy and Baby Diva on point. Reinhardt holding shield because he's critical health. Yeetgod's got to try and make something happen. Unfortunately, they're not able to. Red Hood Kitty touching point with the Lucio. Flux coming out onto the tanks. Going down to low health is Houdini. However, Mercy is there healing him up. As we see the lamp coming out as well. The Ace just staying in the corner as Lucio trying not to get hit. Houdini finding them though. As you see Fenrir coming out. Tire coming out, finding the Baptiste. Fenrir is still touching the point. Yeetgod almost there to help them. However, it's not going to last long as that Torp Turret's going to pepper down that ball as eventually Koneko managed to hold and win map 3.
So Koneko should be up 2-1, correct, Swirling?
That is correct.
See, big brain.
Yeah, nothing but big brains here in the caster seat.
You see the play of the game. So we are going to now to maybe the deciding map, everybody's favorite, 2CP. A lot can happen on 2CP. We are going to Hanamura. Am I going to see any Widow play on Hanamura?
I don't see Widow play, but I do potentially see some Hanzo play, especially out of Gojo. Gojo was doing a lot of work on Hanzo, especially on those long sides. I also, when I was spectating stream, I saw them doing a lot of work also on King's Row on that Hanzo. Potentially seeing Yeetgod maybe on an Ashe here I could see as well, just to counter that. Both I could see being very likely options. I'll let Crow be big brain now.
Crow has big brain.
I mean, what are we talking about? Are we talking about attack right now?
Talk about whatever you want to talk about, baby.
Well, I mean, obviously, send TP to point, easy win.
Well, that is actually very straight to the point and in a lot of ways true.
Now, of course, if you're the defending team, I mean, maybe I'm just giving...
Them TP to point, you still win, right?
I mean, I guess that could be true. I'm not sure if I've seen that. I'm kind of hoping it happens now so I can see how it plays out.
Oh, Crow, I know what we're doing at practice next. I'm gonna show you the Sim TP defense to win. Specifically, the Sim TP 2-point defense.
Oh, I got a little mixed up with the schedule. We are actually going to Temple of Anubis, which you can still do Sim TP to points. It just takes a little bit more setting up.
Oh,
We have
it's
too
okay,
many maps
Crow.
to look at.
I'll forgive you this time. Though. No forgiveness whatsoever. So I will say, from what I've seen though, watching stream as well as what I just commentated this last match, this has actually been a really good close match between these two teams. I can't speak much for the first map, but at least these last two have been pretty scrappy, honestly, to say the least.
What you think we're gonna see now? Do you think we still see the You gonna see a widow?
Nah, we're still gonna see a TP to point. Actually, here's the thing: who would you see playing Widow? Because the thing is, I see Gojo playing more of the Hanzo, and I see Goat playing more of the Ana on the side of Red Fox Mafia. Ugh.
You know, we gotta give the people what they want. Let's put swirling on the widow.
It's not as good as the soldier.
Yo, hey, let's give what no one asked for. Then let's put me on the Widow opposite him.
Yeah, then we can see who's got the. I don't even know how to describe this matchup. I don't want to lose to Fritz on the Widow, but I think it could happen. He'll just out big brain me somehow.
No, I would just all my kills would be Venom Mine kills. It would not be pretty.
Man.
But no, let's say so on the side of defense, especially with DJ Frying Pan coming out, if I had to guess, I would expect to see a Ryan Diva out of their tank line potentially. I mean, based on the names, I would assume we would see a Torb just because Torbjorn actually on Anubis is actually one of Torb's stronger maps, I would argue, just because the turret placement you are able to do on this map is really second to none other maps, just because for the amount of pushes that the attacking team gets, there is as many, if not more, Torb turret spots you are able to place your turret on both first and second point. Therefore, you always have that element of surprise when you place a Torb turret down. I could also see, though, potentially a Junkrat, as that naturally Anubis is also a very strong Junkrat. So I would see on the side of Red Fox probably some more spam. In the scores,
2-1.
Koneko Plant. Yep, I'm saying Koneko Plant would attack first with that. Oh, 1 second, I may have to leave the cast.
Alright, I will pick it up again. We're back to the Swirling Crow
I
edge.
get to work with I get to work with 3 people tonight. Let's go. Tell Vinyl, look, he worked with 3 casters in 3 different maps. Give the man his due. Also got to work in the morning. What all events do we have coming up? I know we got the Diva Egg and the Pug game, but what else we got?
I cannot recall right now, but we do get the lineup in for KP.
Oh.
And we're gonna get right into it.
Now entering the Temple of Anubis. Initiating match.
Oh, hold on, stop. Houdini says we weren't ready yet. Can we get a pause?
Ready for battle.
And we're trying to figure this out between Houdini and them for a pause.
Attackers incoming in 30 seconds.
Making sure both teams are good. Swirling's doing his thing for Koneko.
Yeah, they may have to pause, but it appears that they're all good.
Alright, yeah, that's, I suppose, I don't know if you heard me, but I was like, dick.
Oh, Gojo gets caught in the trap, but they're gonna be kept up. The Junkrat going down, though, so the Koneko are gonna wait for the Junkrat to get back. Gojo's just trying to spam in, maybe get a pick off of that Hanzo. But it's, you know, a double shield, though.
Yeah, that ain't really gonna work. You may want to go somebody go behind and hack or move off the lane.
Looks like they want to rotate up to the high ground. Dree's gonna get taken down, though, so they don't have the speed boost anymore. As Red Fox are pushing in some of them, it looks like they don't want to commit to pushing in on them. They're gonna figure out how they want to approach this. So they're gonna let Koneko go up to the high ground there. Lucio's back. They're gonna get the Diva Matrix to help the Lucio get up there, so we're gonna have to see what Koneko wants to do with this high ground. They're probably looking to get a pick. I think that's what their plan is. Black Mantis is gonna try and get this off angle here. I'm not sure what they hope to do. Maybe just draw some attention. And it's working a little bit. It's definitely drawing some attention. Mantis getting demexed, but Ace Matrix gets taken down. Yeet God getting Dree with the Deadeye. Ace gets res back up, and Mantis goes down. So it's looking good for RFM here on the defense. Yeah. Looks like Koneko has almost both DPS ults. The Goat should be able to get Tire for this. They've got Dragon Strike, and Black Mantis is going to switch over to the Zarya. What do you think Koneko plan's going to do here, Sam? Seeing it a little bit.
I was going to say use that in switch, but he got 2 picks. 3 picks. It's now a 5v2.
Yeah, their Mercy's down on side of RFM. Manila's gonna use this Supercharger. Mr. Gaming Kirby going down, but RFM are losing players here. I don't think Manila's gonna be able to do it on their own, and they're gonna go down as well. Looks like Koneko's gonna cap this at 1:30 in the clock. They got 4:30 now as they push up to the second point. Sam?
I thought after the ult came out, he was going to switch off of Humphrey with something else, but just having to get 2 picks was like, hey, let's push in on that. And what would be a good call, good decision. I don't know if it was one of those coordinated attacks or just, hey, I'm just going to throw it up and see what happens. But I trust our good production crew, i.e. you give your input, but what you think? Do you think it was just they use it and they switch, or you think it was coordinated?
Oh, I was gonna be thinking about how they were gonna use it to really tell, but I mean, you know, Hanzo's usually pretty good, especially here in Fire Tier. Seems like he's meta. So, I mean, you know, stare the Hanzo, man. They've almost got another tag, and as Riptire comes out from the side of Koneko Planet, catches Ace Matrix, counters Fire. I don't know if it's still rolling around. It doesn't feel like it caught anything. High Noon doesn't catch anything either. Ace Matrix gets res back up, but RFM are losing players. Gojo's Dragons come out. just 2 players on the point right now for RFM. They do have some supporting cast around the outskirts. Graviton is gonna catch the ball. Ball's gonna go down. Progress isn't ticking up yet because RFM are still stalling it out. The Pharah is just close enough to the ground to do it. And RFM they're getting players back, but they're slowly getting whittled down. I don't know how RFM are still in it. Like, Koneko has 6 players on the point. They're starting to go down.
I mean, this is for them to get no pickoffs right here. I mean, no ticks. I mean, would be insane.
That's really rough. That fight went on like 2 minutes almost, and Koneko couldn't get even a single tick out of it. Gojo is gonna switch off of the Hanzo now into the Widowmaker, so we're gonna get to see some Widow action, Sam. Oh no, it's gonna be the Soldier instead. I think Gojo's trying to figure out what they want to switch to here. It looks like they do want to use a hit scan for that Pharah. They're gonna switch over to the Cassidy.
I think all Manila is going to use mine and maybe swap back to a Zarya? Is my thinking?
Yeah, I think that seems like it would be. Yeah. How come the mine, along with the Pharah rockets, gets taken down in the middle of it, but they do get a pick out of it. Looks like Window kind of kept Koneko at bay a bit, but I'm not entirely sure if it was needed.
Red Hood Kitty getting bloodthirsty.
Yeah, Red Hood Kitty's been kind of bloodthirsty throughout all this match, it seems.
Now, Goat does have the tires, so I could see Goat going left side or full right side.
Yeah. Looks like they're thinking about going right side. Probably just waiting for their tanks to push up. Torb is up there on this off angle on the little high ground. It doesn't look like they really have anybody that can deal with that Junkrat, and Yeetgot getting both DPS. And Sam, you'll notice that Manila's still on that wrecking ball. They've almost got another set of mines.
Huh. Didn't thought they would switch to a Zarya for the unorthodox to go to orthodox comp, but I guess the ball's working, and you know, if it ain't broke, well, fix it.
Yeah, fair enough. And they've got mines online. They got a lot of ults. They've already got Valk going for RFM. Rip tire from Torb catches 2. Another tire gets caught by the fire strike. This looks like it's going to be it for Koneko Planet, as there's only 10 seconds left. It's just Black Mantis there on the Zarya. They're going to get staggered here. I don't think anybody's going to be able to touch Celebration Mines and, like, just ult party.
Score 0-1. Switching sides. Initiating.
You know, at this point, I don't remember the last time I saw a second point even get, like, a barely more than a tick. I think during Dragon's Breath and Straw Hats, there was like a tick and a half, maybe.
Oh, I saw that. I will never forget that. Rotarps was on this map for them. He was playing tank or something, and they had a 3-man shatter. Straw Hats did, and didn't get the Reaper. Reaper hung up Death Blossom, got 3 to 4 picks, and wound up getting their tick and winning it.
Attackers incoming in
So I watched it and I saw it. Let's see here. Rotarp's spending a lot of time on. He's not playing this out. He's spending a lot of time on Junkrat tonight. He's out for this game.
Yeah, that's true. Even with Rotarps out, or DJ Frying Pan, Torb is still gonna take over for that Junkrat. RFM seems to really like running it. More bombs, Junkrat Pharah, got the rockets. Double invincible support ults where nothing dies. They just come back or they just outright don't die. And we got the Rhine Zarya. They're gonna rotate around there because there's no Junkrat to spam in on them except for those Pharah rockets.
Pharah's backside is like a pinching action right here.
Yeah. And it's gonna catch the goat.
Ooh, huge.
Oh, and you got doing work. Getting 3 now? 2 now? There are 2 Pharahs, so I'm getting a little confused. You got Manila catching 2 there. I believe it's just Gojo for Koneko Planet at this moment. There was a Rhine somewhere apparently, and a Diva, but I don't even see them, but they're going down.
Manila's putting work in. But on that engagement, everybody but the Pharmercy combo went left. Pharmercy came in the middle when they were trying to engage and pinched behind them. So you had the brawl in front of you and a Pharmercy behind you in like a pinching action. And they got pinched down, and that's what really won them the team fight right there. And it started getting to pick on the soldier, which was your biggest counter.
Yeah.
So smart play.
For sure. And now RFM have 5.5 minutes to get 1 tick to bring us to a map 5.
Oh, Mercy's almost weak.
Shatter.
Mercy almost is down.
Middle of killing both of the tanks.
Down.
Rocket Barrage gets the lamp and the BAP, but Gojo's gonna go down. Yeah, it looks like it's just the 2 supports. Rocket Barrage from the low ground by Heat God, who catches 3. Both tanks are back for Koneko Planet. They're gonna try and stall us out as long as they can to wait for their teammates to get back. 1 tank goes down, it's just the ball. Gojo's gonna make their way onto the point, gets taken out. Black Man's still stalling. They're giving their team some time and space here to come back. The goat's got that tac visor going. Dree stalling on the point as the Moira. Black Mantis rolling around too. The Koneko Planet there is slowly getting back into it. Yiko's res back. Gojo's on the Doomfist now, catches Torb. And Ace Matrix. Koneko might be able to get back into this. I think it's just 3 for RFM right now, Sam.
It's nutty. It's wild.
It's unreal. Are they gonna get this stagger kill here? Oh my gosh, they're gonna get it.
Now, do they switch off or what? Looks like no. Because
RFM do have a lot of time to work with here, but you know, I mean, you've seen it yourself, Sam. You cast the game that went like, oh, you know, they barely have to go any distance. They got 5 minutes, but that time just keeps dwindling, and you start wondering, how's this team continuing to hold this point?
I mean, Mines is going to be on point behind them. Oh. If they push them back, Mines is just right there.
Yeah, they're trying to get this pincer going again. Going down, it's just like the beginning here. Yeet getting the soldier with the pincer, got flashed, but it was a little early. Gonna get taken out, and that's basically gonna be it.
RFM wins this one.
We're gonna get another map 5. How many map 5s have we had in this league so far? It's only like round 1/2 with our 2 tiers. Alright, chat. You have a lot of responsibility now. You have to pick our map 5. It has to be a control or an escort that hasn't been played in this match. Yes!
Hey, hold on. Can Alon join us for map 5?
Nah.
I want to see if Alon can join us. Therefore, I could say I work with 4 guys in 1 map.
Yeah.
If you don't mind. Since you know you run the production
For
side of
for
things.
sure, yeah, we could definitely use another caster, and I have wanted to hear a lawn cast.
You already know what I'm like. I'm in his DMs like, freaking, like accept my invite. Well, we got a few minutes for the map for the chat to choose. We got what, 30 seconds to a minute?
Yeah, we should probably get that set down, but I'm gonna give them like a minute to try and figure it
That's
out.
what I'm saying. Like a minute, 2
Yeah.
minutes. They can you let the players use the bath. Like say, hey, bio break while they're picking the map, and then when they pick the map, you can do your lineups and all that.
So let's see the maps that can be chosen. We did Nepal already today, so it could be Lijiang Tower, Oasis.
I'm gonna get a drink of water real quick.
For sure.
While I'm
Ilios
doing this.
or Busan if you want a control map. If you want an escort map, you can pick Watchpoint Gibraltar, Route 66, Rialto, Junkertown, or Dorado. And I can even just leave these up here on the screen too. So chat can clearly see what maps are available. Otherwise, if chat doesn't pick, casters are just going to be picking a random map. So let's see. They want to know if it's controller escort, so I'm not seeing any picks in chat. I'm gonna start getting out my dice.
Swirling, big brain.
So 1 to 3 is gonna be control. 4 to 6 is gonna be escort. It's a 1, so it's gonna be control. First time control's ever been picked. Dice chose it.
Hey, swirling.
Yeah.
Alon's coming.
Oh, nice.
I went to a party and said, get your butt in here. I gotta do 4 games with 4 different people.
Alright, we actually...
I sent him an invite. He's logging to the game right now.
Thank you, Pokin. Don't let dice choose.
What's up, guys?
Too late! It's too late. It's gonna be Junkertown, Pokin.
Wait, we're doing what? What's the game?
It's gonna be Junkertown.
What? Where are they playing?
Map 5, Junkertown.
Map 5.
Oh, Junkertown. Nice.
Yeah, this is
Is there any widows on either of these teams?
Gojo plays Hanzo. Eat God is whatever.
I don't know. That's still good, but not quite the same as watching a widow 1v1 on Junkertown. I don't know. It's a classic hit scan map.
Alright, so for those who are wondering, this is Alon. Alon is somewhat old/new/ coming out of retirement to the server. His first game of the year. He gets to work with Mr. Work with Everybody and Big Brain Swirling Crow. So, Jet, welcome, Mr. Alon.
Thank you.
He's also
goaded
on Deep
get
Rock
the
Galactic.
rust off a little bit.
He's also goaded on Deep Rock Galactic.
Lol.
He'll hard carry.
I don't know about that. It's good pastime. Play too much Overwatch these days, so.
I don't. I'm just waiting on next week when Horizon Forbidden West drops.
Oh yeah.
But currently,
I've been hearing good things. I might have to check it out. I don't know. I got Zero Dawn probably like 9 months ago now, and I played the first 10 minutes, and I'll be honest, I got bored and haven't touched it since.
Mr. Crow, we do have a lineup in the match chat.
Yep. And
just to let you know, my good sir.
Thank you, Sam. And we got lineups for both teams. We just need to get them swapped in. DJ's going to be coming back on tank.
Wait.
But just for a quick recap here, I saw that it was 1-1 after the first two maps. Who won each of the following maps? Bring us here to map 5.
So let me explain what happened. Map 1 was Red Fox Mafia winning, but they had a player with an what was the word? Had an alt account that was not verified. Use whatever.
Yes. Yeah, I heard about that.
So KP Koneko Planet won the first one by a disqualification / forfeit / ruling for 1-0. Then Red Fox won 1 for 1-1. And KP won the third map for 2-1. And now, which was Havana. And now on Temple of Anubis, Red Fox won it. So now it is 2-2 going into a map 5. And we will be on Junkertown.
Perfect.
So that is where we stand, sir. 2 hours and 10 minutes and 30 seconds later.
Yeah, this has been going on a while. It's just started at 9.
You love to see it.
As long as it's good games. That's what I mean. That's all we're always here for. 5s are always fun. Although a little stressful to play in. I can make that from experience.
They all say map 5 stressful. They never played a map 7.
Oh, for playoffs? I've been there. My days too. That's a rough one.
Maps, them 3-4 hour games, they just mentally drain you.
Yeah, back before I was retired and was a main tank player, I used to have a rule. Didn't matter what who showed up or what was working or what wasn't. I was not playing more than 3 maps in a row. It's it's way too much otherwise.
We got 2 lineups in. We got a map average in for one team. Currently waiting to go map average for a second team, and we will get this 5th and should be final game, even though it can be the legendary double stall with nobody touching cart. And we go to map 6.
That would be fun to see. You don't see too many spawn camp strats on this map. I've seen a couple teams pull it out, but it's pretty rare. It's not like Havana, where it's pretty normal to see.
Do
we get more spawn camps in Havana, speaking of? Or was there a change?
Yeah,
Most
we
teams
got
have playing it.
We had a spawn camp tonight.
Oh.
One side, no. 2 side, other side, yes. What do you think's going to happen in this match, Swirling?
Probably not attack Bastion if it hasn't happened yet.
We have not seen the Rotarp's Bastion yet. It's been the Rotarp's Junkie. So, very interesting.
Oh, that's new. Haven't seen
What is it?
Welcome
way too
to
much projectile
Jungle.
before.
Can we just say one thing? Jungle has the best music in the game for an opening map.
100%. Absolutely.
Initiating match.
So what do y'all think we're gonna see?
I mean, I've already said my piece. I want to see Widowmakers here. It's this is a fantastic
Lake.
double shield map. The long range hit scans, Ash Widow. There we go. I like that Hanzo Widow pairing over there from Red Fox.
And we have
Attackers
DJ Frying Pan on
30
the
seconds.
Diva. He switched to
Maybe
Diva.
keep swapping around.
And we're on the right. We're gonna have the Hanzo Widow double sniper.
Reinhard,
The
don't you think
Zenyatta.
it's time you hung it up? You're not getting in
Actually,
line.
we're going triple sniper.
To my last breath.
So this is gonna be interesting. The triple sniper versus double shield,
Mara.
Echo, Soldier Bad Mercy.
The Rhine over the Orisa is an interesting pick.
Yes, it is.
It's a very spammy map.
You see Hart not really getting touched at all. Black Mantis getting pushed off. But Fierce
Really
pickup
pick on the
is the Echo on Widow. As you got switches from Hanzo to Pharah with the Mercy pocketing, so we have fire, we have
Red
flyer
Fox is
versus
doing a
flyer
pretty good
match.
job of getting KP to give him a bit of space here, though. The Rhines are just trading blows, but Houdini is having to just consistently back up here. He's already back to third corner. And there's the pin. Big block. Oh,
It is just right now. You guys is just doing massive damage as the far. Doing
He's
a lot
down.
of good.
there we go. And this should just be clean up here now for RFM.
Yeah, this should be RFM capping. Well, not really capping this, but getting good ult push, guard pushage. Heat guy just popping off
That is
all
it.
match long. Any swaps? Looks like, yeah, Gojo is swapped to the Pharah.
Big pick. And that is not in a resable spot at all.
No, it is not in a visible spot.
Black Mantis with
There's a
another
shatter.
pick. This
Der Kampfeshelden sterben
This
nicht.
is looking pretty good for KP. That's a big visor. As long as he stays alive.
Ooh,
Huge bomb. Wow.
Gojo switches to the one from Cassidy to Ash. It'll be it as Red Fox Mafia gets the first point with 4:40 on the clock. But there will be no fixing the DJ issue bomb, so it looks like no swaps or anything. Who do you think is the nano right here?
I would probably, honestly, maybe look for the Nano Barrage here, just to help deal with the 2 hit scans and then swap off. You kind of hope that it helps keep the far alive, just because of where the AP is set up, you're not going to get a huge amount of value out of him with Ryan. And that is a bit of a rough shatter right there, but still is even picks.
Very good, Kitty. Even get the dynamite, able to get the health back, staying alive. Pocketing the baby diva DJ Frying Pan.
Oh,
Both lines is walling again.
Reinhardt.
He got switches from far to a Reaper now. There's the res
Can't
on the
say I was
Ana.
too surprised. No stuns
like-
from the side of KP, and the 2 hit scans especially. Gojo and Mantis have been both doing quite well on this map so far. It seems to be a bit of a tank duel that's pushing RFM forward here. I'm not surprised to see them go Reaper to help with that.
Black Manta switches from Soldier to Cassidy. Gojo did get Bob before dying last engagement, so they do have the Bob, which can be the 7 person / stall on card. Has the window versus. Well, they can easily get run on their. Oh no. Koneko planet side, but Fenrir does have Shatter, so it's interesting to see.
Yes, down there.
Here's the Diva Bomb from Rotart. Gets Immortality.
Gets it more.
Bob went sleepy.
Testing point here. At this point, I think you just gotta play this slow and let your DPS come back if you're RFM right now. Oh, big shatter. Absolutely massive. Nano does come out though, and that is going to turn the tide of this fight.
With all the picks coming out.
It's huge. Really good trade of ults there from RFM. Turn that fight around after Houdini hit a very big shatter. His Matrix did a wonderful job of keeping his Orion alive.
Gojo switches to a Reaper, and I believe that it's a swap. But you guys does have 3 Death Blossom. I'm guessing you can try to Reaper this Death Blossom from behind him.
That's a bit of an unfortunate window. Oh, but there is picks. 4v4 now. Thinking, especially considering the spawn advantage, that should be enough for KP to cause a reset.
That should be it. They had spawn advantage, or there would have been a 6v4, a whole lot faster than a 6v6. So, looks like I would assume they're going to try to be brawler right here, but have the Deadeye in the back trying to get somebody. Especially if they can defend their shield down and the Diva D-Mech. We'll do use the defense basics. Shatter comes out.
Big pick on Mercy.
I don't think the Diva Bomb's got anybody.
Next pick is really going to check the side how this fight goes. That might just do it.
Diva gets nothing. You see both, it's just a straight up claw and that's the point. It's a shatter.
That, you would imagine would be that for this round.
That should be it for the point. And a huge shatter. And they're steadily coming in, trickling in. Huge nade on the Diva. Diva gets nothing. This is a wrecking ball.
Doing a good job spawn stalling here, but that is it with 17 clock. What do you think KP needs to do differently here coming into their attack?
0 to 3.
For me personally, because I like the character, they're all grouped up together, and they're trying to do a methodical push. I would try to do a Sombra to hack one of the supports, / get high ground and try to hack the Rhine shield. The Rhine cannot use a shield at all. And then plus, EMP can win you a fight by itself. You don't have to have anything else with it. So, I like Sombra. Her kit's very useful. If you can get good hack / EMPs, it can be really useful and really helpful. I could also see like a long range, like a Widow /
Ready for battle.
Ashe come out.
Well, there is the Ashe.
Let's shoot for a new high score.
Let's see. We're gonna have
Basically the exact same thing from RFM, which can't really blame them. They push that, maybe not the fastest in the world, but pretty steady throughout the whole map there.
yeah. 1 second. Swirling is asking me a question real quick.
Of course.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Attackers incoming.
Alright. So here we go with the Koneko Planet attack. Diva Rhyme versus Diva Rhyme. This is going to be really interesting to see what happens. Ooh, right off the
Already
bat,
running down super early.
Dude, Fenrir's so close to going down. There's a huge dynamite behind him. Dynamite gets, I don't think I got nobody. And already Ace Matrix, 50% ult charge on the Nano.
Looking for a flank here. He's anti though. He's gonna have to run.
Huge pick on Eat God.
Big counter stun, yep. And that should be a fight point for KP.
Needs to make a fight, should be pushing this. Three little mates, like only 2 people. You really get topped up. Ace Matrix will have Nano. So
there's already the Nano out. That's real fast. But Bob is
it's a Bob.
Pretty dangerous position right now. He is effectively cut them off from trying to reach the chest for slightly longer. Visor comes out here. Huge shatter.
Huge shatter
Not
back.
get much out of it though.
Able to get the Ryan.
Is just put out a huge amount of value there.
Looks like
Just bomb coming up for the defending side here. They had to drop a lot of ults into that, and really with just the Valk, he managed to survive the whole dump.
looks like takes the free takes the fire strikes, you get ult charge for Fenrir. So DJ's gonna try to get a huge bomb with the Ryan being this way from his team. That's what I'd be trying to do.
They are dropping, and there comes the charge. He hits the payload though, but going for the right idea. I love seeing Ryan's charge. Fenrir is already out. That was such a fist quick fight.
So this is just going back and forth between these 2 teams right here. Looks like they're gonna cap this point. Looks like no one's gonna touch.
Those full cap,
no.
5-minute time bank. I may have spoken earlier about the steadiness of RFM's push, but that was clinical.
You're gonna have Gojo's now on the Reaper. You're gonna have Bob come up, Window, Percy out, both tank ults. Yeah,
A lot of ults coming up from both sides here. And there's the early Bob.
Huge.
And he's getting so much value off of this Ash pick right now. To the point that he's getting solo ulted.
Cart is steadily getting pushed little by little, day by day. Houdini's gotta back up.
There is a big pick on the Reinhardt though. And Kirby has nowhere to run.
You guys going out with the ult.
Oh, and the D-Mech as well. Oh, they are gonna kill it this Ranger, but
See if Red Fox can stabilize here, slash swaps or substitutions. Doesn't look like swaps and or substitutions. Anybody when they have, what is it, 3:30 on the clock? So looking at you guys with a dead eye up top. So let's see what tries to happen right here. Looks like, I wonder when they're going to use Window, if they're using it as a zoning or try to use it for a lot of damage to pump out. Try to break the Rhine shield. Deeper on the kick out. Oh. Mercy got that res on you, God.
I would imagine you probably want to go for big trades here. That is
That's
big
very
cancel
possible.
from but it's already a well lost fight. A lot of alt stumps once again.
So coming up, we're gonna
Two
have
DPS ults versus
DPS
a
ult.
nano visor.
Yep. Or would you nano divine and try to get him to shatter?
I mean, my opinion, especially on this map, there's so much high ground. Not that Manila is making a huge amount of use of it, but you can get a nice flank up top with the hole in the circle. Put lots of pressure on the diva. Ooh, that is a quick shutdown there, though, from Gojo.
Yeah, and then the dynamite. Nash to kill you guys. Was really interesting. There's the Riz on
Flanking
Houdini.
DPS are putting a lot of value here.
This looks like all of a sudden now, oh, Koneko Planet's starting to push this and getting a lot of time.
Let me show you how it's done.
That dynamite.
There's gonna be one more. There's a stall fight here to come, and that Bob is not a bad spot.
Huge pick. Blueprint's coming out. Huge Death Blossom. Free pick.
Kirby's left completely alone and get punished for it though.
Does the Diva try to self-destruct? Diva does self-destruct.
Wow.
Oh, the D-Man kill gets the Diva. That's three picks.
That is huge.
That was huge. With 30 seconds left.
Stagger.
See, Black Mantis is closely going down. Black gets the health back. Goes to 56 ult charge. And switching to a tracer. That's it. Manila's gonna have the visor. So I'm gonna assume they're gonna visor this fight. Ace Matrix is on the brig now, I guess, for the stun with the Reaper.
30 seconds.
You can imagine with the bomb and shatter versus just visor. This with good ult usage, this should go KP's way and bring it to overtime.
Oh, it's huge.
That's a big pick on the brig. I would be looking there. That is a big shatter
dude.
bomb.
Mercy Valkyrie and healing everybody up. Rotarps is
Payload
weak.
is far enough away though. I would expect that there's going to be another stall fight here, and there is not a lot in the way of ults here for
And just close supports
Pulse
is
bomb is up. I really need Gojo to get
huge pick up.
Blossom here. And there it is.
This should be good. Let me see. Gojo does have the ult.
That is a cap that will bring us to overtime now.
He makes that an ult, yeah. I was looking forward to the ult on point whenever he tried to do it. But anyway, this will be.
I was expecting you to pop in almost instantly there to just completely shut down the stall. But looks like they had pretty good target focus. Didn't really need it.
Initiating match.
Looks like you have 1 minute versus 2 minutes and 17 seconds. It'll be really interesting to see what we're gonna give from these two teams now.
This is where you see the Bastion pick.
Those hearts.
He's on tank, but
Ready for battle.
we'll see if Gojo seems to be on the Reaper again. We'll see if Mantis goes with Bastion. I don't think he's much of a Bastion player. From a fair amount, and yeah, he's going on his free.
Attackers incoming in 30
So
seconds.
basically, what really closed it out for us, what they're going to start out with. Both teams opting to run for the Diva Zarya for the Shatter Bomb combo. Both running the Cassidy's for the stuns. The difference mainly is the Soldier versus Reaper. Tank Buster versus range.
Oh, and there is the Bastion.
Oh,
They
no.
are gonna. Oh, never mind. They've decided against it.
Stop the payload.
Let's see, both
I don't
teams.
entirely disagree with that. I think both Mantis and Gojo were getting a lot of value from flanking in that attack there. And the length of this attack may come down to just how well Yeet and Rotarps can heal.
Well, speaking of Rotarps is dangerously low. Fenrir's dangerously low to going down. Both of these Ryans. Oh, down
There's
goes Yeet got
pickup
right off
3
the
and
bat.
open this fight up.
No time to raise my APM.
DJ Franklin in the back up your
Ryan's
fuel
shield
up.
is broken.
Down goes Gojo.
Mantis already.
Mantis on his ult. Good zoning technique.
10 seconds remaining.
Down goes Mantis, but down goes the soldier. Gojo's back in the
Pick
fight.
up Ryan.
And now it's just nutty, everything getting used.
Oh, and that is a huge res. That maybe returns this
That's a
fight.
huge.
Block shatter is huge, and that is massive for Fenrir.
That's both supports done for Red Fox for Koneko Hunt. This is gonna be Red Fox Mafia's map now.
Yep,
That's gotta be
that
the
is
team kill.
a lot of damage for the team kill.
That Deadeye won him that engagement, getting both supports at the beginning.
Score.
I would put it down to the res on Fenrir, to be honest. That fight should have been lost right there as soon as the main tank fight was over. But
Initiating
pulling off that res from Red Hood Kitty really brought the fight back. Fenrir was able to block the shatter and then return his own.
Berlin, what you think, fam?
This is a very
Before
long
Jacob.
match, and
It is
I have
long.
a lot of other
I'm sure
things
you've been
going
here for a
on,
while, yeah.
you know. So I'm glad you two are here to call the action.
I've been here since the beginning.
Yeah, I apologize for missing your message earlier there, Sam. I saw, I think around map 4 or so they were missing someone, but I'd seen in the casting channel that it got filled. Didn't hop in, but
And then
glad to
Fritz
help
was like,
out.
I got
It's
to
nice
go.
to be back. I have never commentated in this league before, so
I've done many times. Anyway, you see where they have to push it. Couple of meters right past the turn going to the Junkertown wall. So we shall see.
Bastion.
Is it a bastion?
Bastion.
You know the Rotarps is like my boys.
I don't know how I feel about the bar pick here. They have to swap, but we'll see. If he plays in the corner draw, it is a pretty good way to get the Bastion, but yeah, between this fan and Creed, they may need to swap off of that pretty quickly here. And yeah, there's the Hanzo.
Bastion's already 80% ult charge.
Yeah, Mantis is playing without a shield. That's a big pick there, though. Huge.
Mantis can pop ult.
Bastion is up, but Mantis is gotta manage to stay alive here.
Forward barrier.
The resident, giving
This is
everybody.
smart. I'm liking what I'm seeing from KP. Running away, give them space, and hope your Ryan can get back in time. You have one more fight to deal with this, and oh, that is a big pick. That may just end it. They have to contest here,
Oh, it's huge by the Bastion.
and yeah, they're not gonna
That's
make
it.
it.
victory. Play of the game.
This is the DJ Fine Hand double or triple to quadruple?
I think this was the sit, if I remember correctly.
He
Oh no,
died.
he does not get the sit, but it is a 3K.
And then you see Kirby with the heals, Manila with the elims, Black Mantis with the damage, Kitty with the assist 2 for 2 on the cards, and evenly balanced. What a series to start your Friday night off.
Yes, indeed. And what do we have coming up next? Is there any more games this weekend?
There is a is it Straw Hats versus Finding Nino, or is it Nino versus somebody tomorrow
Let me
night?
see. There's nothing for Fire Tier. Mild schedule.
Mild. If you look at testing
Yes,
schedule,
tomorrow night we have
Fearless
Finding Nino
Kings.
versus Peerless Kings.
Let's
Be a
see
good
who
game.
we're getting for the interviews.
I saw that Tarps is coming in here. Or
I just want to let
Red Fox.
for Rotarps. I'm just letting Rotarps bring somebody.
It is technically KP first, though, correct?
Yeah, usually it goes whoever didn't win the match gets interviewed first, but
Yeah.
we'll see if KP's got
if
anybody
they come
coming in.
here. Yeah.
I will let you guys take care of the interviews. I have to get ready for work, but I will monitor Discord. Sam, just let me know when you guys are ready to wrap up, and I'll come finish the stream.
Okay, dude. I'll ping you.
Sounds good.
Or DM you.
You
Or
grow.
I'll message you on PlayStation.
Thank you both for coming, and everyone else who was able to come to cast, and all the people in the chat, and both of the teams for coming to play. I'll see you all later. I'm here, but not here.
Hey, for interviews, Houdini or Juanfro?
Oh, I mean,
Trying to figure out who to ping to see who they want to do.
I think Houdini is technically. I know Houdini's been
Yeah.
doing their typing. I can't remember
Yeah.
who was officially the captain. I know Jandro's used.
Yeah.
But...
I'll do it. Alright. Let's see.
Sweet.
We shall see what the Houdini says. I'm gonna send Houdini an invite. Invite to group. Kirby.
And Kirby. I may have to lean on you a little bit here, though, Sam. Seeing as you're the one who's watched this whole game.
Oh yeah, I understand. I casted with 4 people on 4 maps. I understand. I've been here the whole time. so has Swirling, but Swirling's also been like, I got work in like 30 minutes.
Of course.
So I gotta leave this and go to bed because I got work at like 7 a.m. in the morning.
Oof. I don't know about thankfully working Saturday evenings is not the great, but I'm safe
Kirby.
for a little bit until the afternoon.
Gotta send Houdini another one. Rotarps, it's gonna be waiting on Houdini. Is Kirby in here?
I sure am.
Welcome.
So your name is Mr. Gaiman Kirby?
Sure is.
So it's a combination of Mr. Gaiman watching Kirby from Smash Brothers.
It sure is. My first 2 mains when I played Super Smash Brothers Brawl when I was like 11. I made the username when I was like 12, and it's it's stuck with me ever since.
I like
honestly.
it.
Okay, I'm here.
Gotta say though, Sam, I find it kind of funny you bring up Kirby from Smash Bros. Not Kirby from his own game. It's Kirby from Smash, bro.
He is correct though. The reason why it's Mr. Game and Kirby is because when I first played Super Smash Bros. Brawl, my two mains were Mr. Game and Watch and Kirby. So now, granted, I do enjoy playing Kirby games, but yeah, technically
Are you hyped for the new Kirby game?
Technically, okay.
Of course I am. I'm very excited.
Okay.
I will probably get it day one.
Hey, that's what I'm talking about. Switch guys. First off, very hard fall game tonight. Didn't go the way it's planned, but what was y'all's strategy going into tonight?
Really, I mean, strat-wise, we did make plans. I think for us, it was more of like we're kind of coming for maps. Like for example, Kings in Nepal. Like Nepal, we know we like running sim-based stuff, so we're just going to speed and go in and try and rotate around. And then Kings is like we typically just run Brawl anyway. So and we can run spam if required. So that was kind of the plan. But this team kind of kept us on our toes and kind of adapted away from what we originally planned, but kept our core to see because as we see fit, that's what we're comfortable with. But unfortunately, only got us to map 5, not the actual win. But you know what? That's probably the best you can do. If you lose map 5, I think that's all right. I think that's okay.
Yeah. Come out on a good showing. You can build upon it. You can go back, watch the film, and correct your mistakes.
Yeah, if I can add something, I think we just wanted to come in, and play our style. We like to run a lot of that Reinhardt rush, and credit to Red Fox Mafia. They did an excellent job. They were playing long-range poke comps with the Pharah. It forced us to kind of maybe have to play slower comps and try and take them down. We didn't get to run as much Lucio as maybe we wanted to tonight. So
yeah, but I had to back credit to both their off tank and their DPS just basically not letting me do what I want.
Right.
I peeked for my shield to like we're pushing, it's gone. Oh, I'm putting my shield down because I recharge. I'm safe around a corner, right? No, I die. Oh, okay. That was like the struggle for me. Was like if I push, I know I'm gonna die. But if I don't, there's no space for any of us to work with, so we're just sitting here taking damage. So I'm gonna have to gamble my life, which is nothing new for me, but I wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, Reinhardt's are fearless. Reinhardt's are fearless. You gotta love it.
Yeah, I have to have a big shout out to my friend Fanir. Me and him actually go back. He was in an old league of mine. It's been a while, so good reminder that he still kicks my ass.
Hey, I only watched the last map, but you guys actually had a pretty fun Rhine duel to watch. I saw a lot of block shatters in that one map from both of y'all.
Yeah, we get in each other's heads. I think we both started playing Ryan around the same time, and was from the same coach. So we're kind of like, I don't know, siblings, And then we went our separate ways, and then we joined back for a little bit, and then we went separate ways again, and then here we are. So he's good. I was completely shocked he was here. I didn't even know he was on the roster until today. And I'm like, oh crap, he's here. Oh no. I knew it was going to be rough with him, but yeah, him and his team worked really well, shutting me down.
I believe this is y'all's first game in the league, so were there any like pre-match jitters or going from one league to the other, or?
So we originally came from Overwatch Oasis.
I love Jibba.
Yes, and we were here mainly because, unfortunately for those who don't know, Oasis is no longer like running. Like we're no longer competing and stuff. We just had our last season. Our last season ended about a week before Christmas. So I don't know if they're going to do other things. I think for now it's just a social hub. But we wanted a place to compete because Oasis obviously wasn't a thing. And of all of our options at the moment, Bronze Psycho seemed like the best fit for now. I don't know if we'll stay here after this season. I can't guarantee anything. But for now, this is our home away from home, I guess, until we find our actual home.
And I wanna I want to add as well, coming from Oasis, not to humble brag, but we are defending champions. Like, we are coming off a
Yes.
championship victory. So, in a way, you know, I feel like maybe it's the opposite of pre-match jitters. Maybe we were coming in a little too smooth, like, still like, oh, we're going to come in and, you know, it'll be more of the same, you know, domination. And, you know, maybe we didn't, you know, we haven't been able to recognize our flaws in a long time. So I think maybe a game like this loss can be a bit of a like wake up call. Now, you know, we maybe have something that will help. You know, like if we do a VOD review, you know, we'll be able to point out our mistakes, and especially on those close maps, like, you know, maybe there's just one fight that if we just fix one easy thing, like that flips it around.
Yeah, definitely. And I think that can go for both sides as well.
Right. So speaking of that, you not sure when your next game is because I see like 3 different schedules. But for
Yeah.
your next game, any preparation you're gonna do, or any new team comps, or any kind of heroes?
We're gonna.
swaps
I
you're gonna
think
try to
we're
work
gonna.
on?
I think we're gonna definitely look at this and broaden our horizons. We knew there were actually a few players on this team, for example, Red Haired Kitty, who was in Oasis before. So there are some teams who we know from Oasis, but the teams that are basically kind of unknown, I think we're going to be more envious and be more like aware and probably watch out, see what they're doing, and try and like do our best because, you know, at the end of the day, everyone watches a game about heroes counterpicking each other. So how else do you win this game, other than just be really good at the game? Is counterpicking. I think we're going to work on counterpicking more, working on it to be comfortable for us, rather than just I want you here because we need it, not and you know we play like crap. Like, and that goes to, I think, most, if not all, of our players tonight. Like, being more vigilant to pick as quickly as we can, discuss, and do our best.
And I'd like to also add that, you know, this is week 1, so we haven't really had a chance to see these teams, especially we weren't here last season, so...
Right.
You know, now hopefully with a week, you know, we got some film on some of these teams. You know, we'll be able to kind of maybe get a little bit more of an idea of what we need to do. Like perhaps if we had known they would have run a lot of Pharah, you know, maybe we would have tailored our team comps a little bit differently here and there. You know, depending on our subs, stuff like that. But I think that'll help getting a week of film on these teams, and we'll go through it and we'll find our best strategy.
Mr. Lon, do you have anything else you'd like to add, my good sir?
I don't think so. I mean, I made note of the Rhine duel, which I thoroughly enjoyed watching, but I unfortunately only got to watch the last map of this, because there was a sub in the casting booth, so...
Yeah. Just to let you know, I went through 4 casters tonight because it was like after as of map 2, 3, 4, and 5, it was 4 different duos doing it. It was me and Rhythm, it was me and Fitz, it was me and Swirling, and then it was me and Alon for the 4th one.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I mean, it's supposed to be midnight for me, man. I gotta go to bed, bro.
If I wasn't playing, I would have come and help you out.
Yeah, Kirby's
a fantastic caster. I gotta say it from my days in Oasis.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Always
Kirby's
favorites.
Kirby's got that extra pricey mic just for y'all. I've heard it, pretty good.
But hey, great. Fortunately, didn't go the way you guys have hoped, but looking forward to seeing you guys. I know you guys can put the time and effort in for your VOD reviews and coaching. Looking forward to your next game, guys. Thank you for your time.
Yeah, no, thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the cast. Thank you for the cast.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you,
Best
guys.
of luck for the rest of the season.
Yep.
Yes, best of luck in your next game and future season.
See you. Yeah.
Sure. All right, now we got to get the OG DJ Frying Pan in here, and we have to. I'll do Red Hood Kitty, I guess.
Sounds good.
And I can't invite him because he's in group.
Classic. Haven't seen that before. My team definitely hasn't done that to you guys twice in a row.
Yep. Not like I know you people too. Wait, who is it? Whoa, no. Whoa. I wasn't prepared for this.
You made it.
Whoa, I'm not prepared for this. Need you to join. Am I joining? There's one.
Hello.
There's two.
Welcome, welcome. Well done tonight.
Hello.
What is good, my peeps?
What's good?
Alright, well, first off, it was a very long, very hard-fought win. It took about 2.5 hours, but congratulations.
Yep. Thank you.
Oh, Lord,
Yes,
was
sir.
it really 2.5 hours?
Well, we started at 8, and it's at least 10:30 when it ended.
It's
It's
almost
almost
11.
3 hours at this point.
Oh my god.
It is
Don't even
midnight
talk
where I'm
about
at.
Don't even talk about it.
So anyway, what was y'all's strategy going into tonight's game?
Strategy was just, go. We just wanted to run brawl. We didn't want to run like anything else. We wanted to just brawl at them and make them make mistakes. We didn't want to do anything stupid because we wanted to just let them come to us, and we made them pay a lot tonight.
Yeah, and to how they were talking about from Oasis, I've known they were Pizza Planet back then, Koneko Planet now. Gojo is a really good fair player, and that was the first thing going in. Like, we gotta focus that Farah because she's gonna get a lot of quality out of us if we don't get kills on her. So as soon as I said that, you just insta-locked the Cassidy.
It was like, no more fun.
Yeah.
Yeet did pop off a lot in this game.
You have no idea how much I gassed him up, though. I was sitting on fucking Diva, I saw him get the 4K, I was like, yay, what the fuck? He's like, I'm good. That's all he did the whole, that's all we did, all series long.
Alright. So, me and Alon play support on another team, so we gotta give props. Kitty, you pulled off some nutty reses. How'd you pull off half of them?
Honestly, it was mainly just Vern asking hey, do you have res? Like, yes, I do. I don't see anybody near it. Okay, I got it. And that was about
the overtime round on point A where you guys eventually held point when you res Fenrir, that was fight saving right there. I said it on stream. That was absolutely massive. I think you won that fight single-handedly.
I think he called it out too. I just saw that I think Kirby used window, and it wasn't near where his corpse was. So I figured, they're gonna focus everything in front of the window. I'm just gonna fly over to him. I should be able to get the res, jump a bit, and even if I die, at least he's up and he has shatter.
And then, talking about Yeet God, after that res, what does Yeet God do? He dead-eyes his Cassidy and kills both supports for KP.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I don't know. I think that another thing is we kind of wanted to make sure that they didn't have supports. We spent a lot of time just all of our ults tonight killed both their supports, and it was huge.
You got a nutty play of the game is the Diva Bomb too.
Oh no.
Oh, you guys I think you might have missed it. It was Ace tried to nano or Reinhardt or Diva, and somehow I got in between there, and he nanoed me, and I'm just okay.
Yeah, but during the play of the game,
anything.
during the play of the game, I got lucky.
You got lucky.
Fern, no, shout out to Fern. Fern saved me there. Fern pops, he goes and charges at him at the Rhine, because I don't think I get the Rhine or the whoever was behind him. I don't remember who else there was there. If that doesn't happen, because I'm sitting there dead, I'm like, fuck, I don't get any kills here, and I'm like, let's just move on. And then I get 3 kills, and I'm like, what?
You're like, wait, what?
I'm like, oh, okay, well, I guess we go in.
Yeah, Fern just played really great on Reinhardt tonight. He's blocking so many shatters, and his shatters are really big a lot of the times. And too, like his callouts were really great, letting us know to back up when we can actually push forward. So
Yeah, he's
honestly,
very good at calming people down.
yeah.
So anyway, after this win, I'm guessing you guys are going to go back and watch the film and get ready for your next opponent. Any stretch you want to try to improve on / work on, or are you guys going to try to watch the film and go straight up brawling again?
We play horrorcore next, and that's kind of one of the bigger teams that like a lot of our players do want to beat them.
You got the Finn DPS. Finn versus Yeet God's going to be fun to watch.
Yeet God is one of my boys, and I like brought him here, and I was like, hey, you wanna come play again? You wanna just be like go back to playing together? And he's like, yeah, sure. So sure enough, like when he said yes, I was like, all right. Like I love Yeet to death, and like I know a lot of the team likes Yeet as well, and I think like the difference between this and other versions of Red Fox Mafia is like this team you can see like that, like we're like kind of like I like to call ourselves like the misfits, where like we all like want to win. Like we got something to prove this season. Where in the past it was just like, oh, well, let's just win. Like we want to prove ourselves against the fire tier because that's where a lot of the higher ranked players are, and we just want to prove ourselves again. Especially me.
Absolutely. There is one more question we need to ask before we cut this interview. Where was the Rotarps Bastion? It didn't feel right.
The Rotarps Bastion. Right. It didn't feel right, man. Like I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I love Rocking Bastion, but you gotta understand that like the team was played better with like Yeet and Torb or like Yeet and Torb on the DPS. So like if they're gonna play that, we're gonna play that style. I'll sit back and play Diva like all series long. Like you see, like I love Diva. Like I'll let them gladly battle it out.
Okay, but hey, it may have took over 2.5 hours. May have took 4 different casting duos, but congratulations on your game. It's been a good, fun 3 hours, but I got work in the morning. But congratulations on your win. Looking forward to seeing you guys. Good luck the rest of the season. Anything else you want to add?
And thank you so much for casting and all the difficulties you guys are talking about. Can't wait to watch it back later.
Sounds like it was an adventure for Sam.
Okay, so first map was me and Rhythm and Blues. Second map was me and Rhythm. His power went out. Third map was me and Fritz. Fritz was literally bartending and working. He left. Fourth map was me and Swirling. Swirling has to go to work after this is over. And I had to yank Alon from another chat party. Was like, you get your butt in here. Fifth map was me and Alon.
It's a good warm up. Hopefully we'll be back in the booth soon for a full game next time.
I think if you can get back in the booth and cast a full game, I can't wait to hear this casting because it's gonna be weird. With like 19 different voices.
Yeah.
Yes. Again, congratulations on your win. Enjoy the win. Thank you guys for everything for an eventful Friday night. Have fun. Take care.
Take care.
Good night.
Congrats, guys.
Good night.
Jeez.
Let me ping the homie that is the Swirling to end this because work.
Perfect. Well, it was a pleasure casting with you, sir. Glad to make it briefly.
Hold on 1 second. Let me ping him. We can pick MVPs, or me and him can do it today or tomorrow. But I'm pretty sure he's got work, and I got to take a shower.
No
and go
idea
to
for
work.
MVPs, so.
Yes.
Based on one map, I want to say that I enjoyed the Rhine duel, and I thought Fenrir won it there on map 5, but I couldn't speak to the rest of the game.
Okay,
and
I
liked what I was seeing from both the KP's DPS on that map, but that's about as much input as I've got. I don't have a lot of data to go off.
I'll go KP Bogo and hold on. boss man's pinging me while he's doing his laundry, getting ready. We could do Bogo for KP. We can do Red Hood Kitty, and you say I can't talk. Fenrir.
Fenrir? I liked the Reinhardt.
Okay, so we'll do that then. Let me ping him real quick.
He said he'll hear it when we call it, if we're good with that.
All right, wait.
All right. Good night, folks.
Good night, dude. Appreciate it.
Out of here.
I'll join you at a party in a minute.
Always a pleasure.